just out here getting some rest and relaxation out in the park here before this crazy week of Road to UFC, all these Asian events, JCK. This Saturday we've got Road to UFC going down from Shanghai. That's the opening round of the tournament, featuring a lot of Asia's best prospects all fighting each other for a UFC contract. Super exciting. UFC is hoping to get over to China again in December of this year for an actual event with a crowd, potentially Shanghai, at least that's what I'm hearing, December. And along with that would be the finals of Road to UFC. So they're gonna have the opening round in May, the finals hopefully in December, which leaves the question, when will the semi-final round be? And will that be attached to a UFC event in Asia? I can tell you that the UFC is targeting a return to Singapore on August 26th of this year to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. That would be a fight night card and hopefully the middle round of Road to UFC as well. Multiple sources have told me that I trust a lot. And we've already got one fight announced for that date. That's Rinya Nakamura versus Fernie Garcia. Of course, that was reported by Cece Legaspi of ESPN Deportes. And probably going to be hearing of a lot more fights coming up soon for that card. It's not official yet. UFC is going back to Singapore, but it does lead me to think, who could we get as a main event? Let's walk and talk. So if we're talking about a potential main event for a UFC Singapore event, first one that comes to mind for me is Max Holloway versus Korean Zombie. Both those guys have wanted that fight for a long time, nearly came together for that UFC Seoul card back in February, but of course that was canceled. Fight did not come together, but I believe Zombie was calling for that fight for the Sydney card here up in September. So definitely would make a lot of sense to me to put that as the main event. If not that, I would say maybe Song Yadong versus like Marlon Vera or Peter Yan. That makes a lot of sense to me. Really just Shavkat Rakhmonov is the only other choice I could think of. Not sure who he would fight, maybe Kamaru Usman for crying out loud. I know the UFC has wanted to go to Kazakhstan either August or September this year, probably not gonna be August. Something just fell from a tree. We'll see. I don't know anything new on that rumored Kazakhstan card, if that's actually gonna happen, but a lot of options for the UFC to main event that Singapore card if it does become finalized. Wonder if we could even get an announcement as soon as this weekend at Road to UFC. Stay tuned to MMA. Stay tuned to MMA ecosystem. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Gonna have more stuff like this coming your way this week.